So the things that surprised me the most were how organized they were, how streamlined everything was, how and I love a list and I love organization. So for me, that was like perfect because it was like, okay, I do this, then this, and this. It was overwhelming. There was a lot of information, but there was so much information. I felt so grounded in the science of what we were doing. I'm Hlawati and I'm a full-time mama and I'm located in Leesburg, Virginia. When Carmen was first born, we noticed some red patches of skin, but it honestly wasn't until she was about 1 year old that we found Dr. Anna Maria Temple's program. And it was such a relief because we had been dealing with just unknown red skin here, red skin there, itchy, dry, cracked skin, and all the creams we tried nothing really worked. I had shared with our pediatrician that I was concerned, and he was like, eczema isn't really a thing. They'll grow out of it. And I got a lot of pushback. And at the same time, I had gotten connected with Callie on Dr. Anna Maria's team, and she gave me this intro call. There was so much evidence behind what they were doing. There was all these people who had seen the work that they had done. And so it wasn't just another product. It was a foundational program to really get to underneath what was going on. The financial impact was definitely big. That was a big hurdle for sure, but also changing the way that you eat. That that was that was a lot. But again, like we had both been looking at our baby and saying, this doesn't look right. And so if we're asking her to do it, we have to do it too. So Carmen was breastfed for about a year. And so really it was red patches here and there, but we were very fortunate in the sense that it was more just sort of irritating. And then once she stopped nursing around when she was 1, that's when we really started to notice. And she got this big mark right here on her face. And poor thing, she would suck her thumb and it would break open. And it was just, I felt so bad. We had tried some creams and, tallow and this lotion and that lotion and coconut oil and all these different soaps for the bath. And the poor thing, she would scream every time I put her in the bath. And so I said, that can't be right. We were very lucky that it was kind of all compressed into a small amount of time. It made it very evident that we had to do something different. And I wasn't getting any help from the doctor that was supposed to be helping her. So, luckily I kind of collided with her team that was working to help people come into the program. So we joined the program at the end of April of 24. My whole family is still gluten and dairy free by choice. We all just feel much better. It's really been a whole, just a lifestyle change, educating yourself on what is in every single product and really focusing on what nutrients are going to feed their body and really keep that eczema away. From an investment perspective, when you look at it over the length of, even if you wanted to say the life of her being with a pediatrician, 18 years, we kind of looked at it like that and said, if we didn't do this, what potentially could happen? And you don't like to do that with your child, but it helps to kind of look at it as like an annual basis, or, when you look at it 18 years, the cost is really very small. Educating them from a very young age to understand what you're eating is going in your body, and then that's helping you to play. And so we want to eat stuff that's going to make us feel strong and feel good. And so it's been a whole change, but financially it was totally worth it. I would recommend the Eczema Transformation Program because it's so much information and education for the parent as well as for the child, the healing for the kid. But it's really, just for all of us to understand what is in our food, what are we eating as adults also. We want to be able to be there for our kids. We don't want to develop these symptoms maybe later in life. I would say that if there's any struggle that you're having with eczema, even just have the conversation with the team about, is this something that they could help you with? They genuinely just want to help the babies and the kids get rid of the eczema and the allergies so that they can go and be kids.